Hey you guys, it's Sydney Sizzle Sid the Kid. Slam the door. You already know who it is. So y'all, the girl has changed her major again. As you all know, I am an information systems major for right now. Coming into Howard, I was a marketing, actually no, I was a legal communications major because I was interested in advertising, but Howard does not have, I don't think they actually have like a defined advertising major. But aside from that, I was a legal communications major. That was not the move for me. So I switched to marketing, but after my first semester and hearing from like the sophomores, now juniors, saying, you know, I switched from marketing to IS because everyone's a marketing major, or it's one of the most popular majors in the School of Business, I was like, yeah, maybe I need to consider going to IS, because IS is probably one of the smallest departments in School of Business. I want to say my class size is only 12 people, whereas a marketing class might be 30. Needless to say, the people that are in my IS class, I'm not even that close with either. So for me, I just felt like, you know, even though I knew I would have some type of job security after graduating, because I'm an IS major and not everyone can, you know, build databases and compute different information and be able to formulate that and turn it into something. I just feel as though, like, when I'm sitting through my database management class, like today, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I have a test or a quiz to prepare for, and I'm looking at this information like, what all does this mean? You know, once I graduate and I have this IS degree, what is that gonna mean? You know, can I code? Am I able to code in HTML, code in C++, Python? And those are things you can learn outside of the classroom that Howard doesn't even teach you, that School of Business doesn't even teach you. I just felt like my glass was just empty. You know, like I had no substance. I was just kind of floating with no purpose. All the people that influenced me to switch from marketing to information systems, tell me why they all went back to marketing to begin with. So I'm looking like that's really crazy. But needless to say, I understand that I feel like I'm not missing out, but there's a piece of me that's losing out on that job security. But I know that I'm a dog, and when I want something, I'm gonna go get it. Even if track gets in the way of me being able to take advantage of different networking opportunities, when I see, you know, there's different events on campus or there's an opportunity to travel somewhere, best believe Sydney Benson is going on the first line that you can find. Again, changing my major, I feel like, is what's best for me. If you're watching this video and you're like hesitant about being an IS major, please don't let me like change your views. All I'm saying is that for me, I just felt like with IS, even though I'm a very technical, analytical person, I just felt as though it wasn't for me. And knowing that I'm very creative, I love connecting with people and figuring out, you know, what it is that makes somebody want to buy things from Ulta or buy things from Dick's. It's something that interests me more than, you know, building a database for a company where I constantly have to sit at a computer screen. Whereas with marketing, I get to actually go out into the field, you know, build those relationships with people and figure out how I can better service them. Does that make sense? And even though you can still do that in IS, I'll have a glass that's full than a glass that's damn near empty. And I also feel like the hardest part about being a marketing major is that when you're looking for a job, so many people can do marketing or be marketers, but the thing that I realized is that When I was talking to a group of friends today, they were telling me that there's so many ways to go about marketing though, like through different marketing research, whether it be through Google Forms. Just because you can build a Google form, it takes more to it. You know, asking the right type of questions, making sure that the person taking it is actually engaged. Anyway, so y'all, yeah, I switched my major and I actually feel very confident about it. Although I feel like a piece of me is saying no, another piece of me is saying, Sydney, do it. Because I know I think I'm too much for IS. I don't think IS is too much for me. But the amount of work that I was doing, and I knew it was gonna pay off, or I know at some point it would pay off. But when I saw all the projects that the marketing majors were doing, I was like, this isn't for me. Oh, another thing I want to add is that I'm not behind. And y'all, this is the most important part. If you have the opportunity to take classes over the summer, please go do it. Because I took classes over the summer, I'm technically ahead of my scheme that I told you guys about in like some of my previous videos, so that now I'm not so far behind, if that makes sense. Even though I have already taken those IS classes, I can now move into the marketing classes because I've already taken my prereqs and it doesn't mess up my scheme. You know, like I'm not gaining I'm kind of losing, but I'm not really gaining or losing anything because I've only taken 2 major IS classes. Does that make sense? But that's not the point. The point is, even if you're working over the summer, even if you're just chilling over the summer, I strongly recommend that you take online or summer courses because they will be beneficial. You can get at least 6 credits out the way, which is usually 2 classes. That's huge. That's not huge, but it really does make a difference in the long run. And it won't even affect your GPA. So you could dang near get a C and be okay. Whereas if you take it at school and get a C and it affects your GPA and brings you down to like a 2 something, don't let that be you. Yeah. So, as I said again, if you have any more questions about why I decided to change my major or what this all entails, feel free to hit me up in the comments below or on any of my social media. As you know, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, all at Sizzle. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.